Hi everybody, I'm Nathan Leonard of the Endwell Fire Department, and as you can see behind me we have our Rescue 31. This is the big brother to Engine 31, which is right next to it, and Quint 31, which is up on the hill. Today we're going to be going over a video of the ins and outs of the truck. We're going to show you the material and tools that are inside of it, some operating procedures, and just overall familiarization of the truck. This truck is a 2016 Pierce Velocity Tandem Axle Rescue. 41 feet 2 inches long, 8 feet 4 inches wide, and 10 feet 7 inches tall. We have a gross vehicle weight of 64,000 pounds or 32 tons. It is powered by a Detroit diesel DD13 500 horsepower engine with an Allison EV4000 automatic transmission, independent front suspension, and a 25-foot wheelbase. 25 kilowatt PTO hydraulic generator. To run our hydraulic hearse tools, we have a PTO hydraulic driven pump. This truck is also used as a fast steam response vehicle, so it carries all necessary equipment for any rescues they need to perform. The first spot we're going to talk about on this truck is the driver's seat. As you sit in the driver's seat, you'll notice that this rig was designed to look as closely as possible to Quint 31 and Engine 31. The first thing that you notice when you jump into the driver's seat of this truck is the command zone LED display. It will tell you open doors, open compartments, and it will also display the backup, left view, and right view cameras on the truck. We have the Allison transmission controller, followed by the climate controls on the center stack to the right of the driver. Up above the driver's head, you have emergency light controls, scene light controls, arrow stick controls. At your feet, next to the brake pedal, you also have a foot-operated air horn and mechanical cue pedals. On the dashboard of all of our new rigs, there is a yellow placard giving the height, length, and gross vehicle weight of all of our new rigs, so you're not expected to memorize everything on every truck. As you're stepping into the rear door on the driver's side of the Rescue, you'll find 4 rear-facing, 2 forward-facing jump seats. In the crew compartment of the Rescue, along with the 6 seats and 6 SCBA, you'll find 6 LED box lights and 6 radios mounted on the back wall, along with the thermal imaging camera. On the back wall, you'll also notice a roll-up compartment. That is the vehicle's med compartment. You'll find the first-in go bag along with the AED inside. This is our manpower rig and our fast team rig. So if somebody calls for mutual aid or we just need that extra manpower on scene, this can get the most people there in one shot. On our first little compartment on the driver's side houses our cutting tools. In this compartment you'll find a oxyacetylene cutting torch setup, 2 sets of welder's gloves, and a welding mask, along with a exothermic torch setup with extra cutting rods. It should be noted that only a trained and authorized firefighter can use. On the first compartment on the driver's side, you'll find our Vetter airbag system with hoses and controllers. Our cribbing tray. This tray can pull out either side of the truck and is mirrored on both sides of the truck. So you'll find generally the same setup depending on what side of the truck you're on. And below, you'll find 2 spools of cable for the grip hoist systems. We have plywood edge protectors for the Vetter airbag systems, and we have the battery-operated Genesis combination cutter. As we move into the second compartment on the driver's side of the truck, you'll find 3 pull-out tool trays with hand tools mounted on it, 2 battery-operated Pelican floodlights, and a 200-foot electrical cord reel. The second tray down in the second compartment, we have our Rescue Tech airbag system. You'll find 4 large bags along with 4 smaller bags and all the ratchet straps needed to secure a vehicle. On the Rescue, when an officer asks for an airbag system, these are the airbags you're going to go to unless the officer specifically asks for the Vetter airbags. On the bottom pull-out tray, you'll find 2 Pelican cases with controllers and air hoses for the Rescue Tech struts and airbags. You'll also find 2 grip hoist systems. As we continue down the driver's side of the truck, we come to the third compartment. In this, you'll find our battery packs, battery chargers, and a tray of battery operated hand tools, a tray of shovels, and on the reverse side of this we have manual cutters. As we continue on to the fourth compartment on the driver's side of the rescue, we have on the fold down tray, we have extra hoses for the Rescue Tech airbag and strut system, along with the protective plates for the airbags and strut system. Underneath, we have shores for the Hurst hydraulic rams, bottle jacks, windshield cutters, flares, and multiple accessory tips for the Hurst systems. Now on to the fifth compartment on the driver's side, also known as the Hurst compartment. On the left slide out tray in the compartment, we have all of our Rescue Tech struts. On the bottom, you'll find the old hydraulic pump to the old Rescue. It has been drained and serviced and is ready in case of a catastrophic failure of the hydraulic system on the new Rescue. Above the backup hydraulic pump, you'll find 3 bins. The bottom one has chains. The second one up has chains and come-alongs, and the very top has additional lengths of hydraulic cables. On the final slider in this compartment, we have a pre-connected Hurst cutting tool, and adjacent to that we have our medium and small hydraulic rams. On the other side of that compartment, we have a pre-connected set of large spreaders and our long hydraulic ram. Both the pre-connected cutters and spreaders are connected to a 100-foot each of hydraulic line. A big thing to remember about this truck when we're responding to an MVA is that this is the muscle compartment. This is where all of our hydraulic tools come out of. The truck is also plumbed 360 to run hydraulics, but this is where all the tools are mainly stored. As we move to the rear of the truck, you'll find controls for the lighting on the truck. In the top of this compartment, you'll find a Stokes basket containing much of our fast equipment. Right next to that, you'll find the Rip Pack air system. Just below the Rip Pack compartment, there is a large pull-out drawer containing New York hooks, high-rise jacks, and 6-foot pikes for rope rescue. And below that is the portable winch, traffic control cones, and the emergency scene ahead sign. Welcome to the top of the world. We're on top of the Rescue here, and as soon as you climb up the ladder, you'll notice 4 large coffin compartments. And in these compartments, you'll find many of our important but less frequently used items. On our front left compartment, you'll find the pop-up canopy and several road barricades. In the front right compartment, you'll see several bags of Speedy Dry. You'll see the hopper fill for the Speedy Dry hopper. We have brooms, chain come-alongs, and absorbent material for hazmat. On the right rear coffin compartment is a water rescue supplies. There'll be another Stokes basket and many bags for water and rope rescue. At the very far end, you'll find the reservoir for the hydraulic fluid for the Hurst system and the generator. Right off the bat, right next to me, you can see our night scan telescoping light tower with integrated camera. This light tower is actually running off pneumatics and will raise up to 30 feet above the ground with full tilt, pan, and zoom controls for the camera and the lights. Now we're going to start on the officer side of the truck. We're now in the rear compartment, compartment 5, also known as the compressor or the air compartment. This is where the cascade system for the truck is located, along with the majority of our spare bottles. As you see, we have a rack of 15 spare air bottles. Above that, we have a booster air pump. That helps boost the pressure from 4,500 psi, which is the normal pressure of this system, to the 6,000 psi that it's needed to fill our bottles. This also includes a 200-foot pneumatic air line. As we move down the truck closer to the cab, we're at compartment 4. This is our main store of fire extinguishers. We have water, CO2, dry chem, and metal or Class D fire extinguisher in this rack. We also house the controller for the camera system on top of the light tower. controller for the light tower itself. We have a monitor to view the camera, controls for the compressor, and also this main circuit breaker for the truck is located in this compartment. Moving on, our next overwheel compartment, compartment 3, this is our salvage compartment. We have several large 5-gallon Home Depot style buckets, multiple tarps. We have a large roll of poly. We have 2 backpack style shop vacs. And actually the one oddball thing in this compartment to note is we do have a bag of utility rope also located in this compartment. All right, as we move one step closer now to the officer's chair, we go compartment 2, officer side of the truck. This is a rope rescue compartment. We have helmets and 3 trays full of rope rescue equipment. On the very left side of this compartment is our 200-pound speedy dry hopper with a chute. Important thing to remember about this is when you're done using it, make sure that compartment is completely shut so the speedy dry does not leak out. We're now down to compartment 1. This is the closest compartment to the cab on the officer's side of the truck. From top to bottom, we have several saws, 2 K12 style, 1 chainsaw. We also have a bag of sparkless hand tools. Along with the saws, you'll also find the air chisel on this top tray. In the middle, we have the other side of our cribbing tray. Once again, this tray will move out either side of the truck and is a basic mirror on both sides. On the very bottom, we have a 3-drawer mechanics tool tray filled of sockets and hand tools as you would find in any kind of mechanic's bench. Also on the top right of the compartment, we have another 200-foot electrical cord reel. And as we come to the officer's side cubby, you'll find a container of seam tape and our 4 leveling wedge cribbings. All right, as we now make it to the officer's seat of the rescue, you'll find controls up above for the scene lights, both spots and wide. You have a remote control for the spotlight on top of the rig, both high band and low band radios, foot triggers for the mechanical siren and the air horn, and we have a data terminal for a laptop computer system. Having the Hearst tool in the airline in the front bumper of this truck helps with vehicle placement at accident scenes. With this here, we now have full 360-degree use of hydraulic and air lines at a scene. We don't have to worry about getting all of our hydro lines out of one small corner of the vehicle. As you walk down the driver's side of the rescue, you'll notice 5 compartments or doors. Each one has a different surprise behind it, but you need to know what each one holds. The first door, closest to the cab, is the diff fuel fill. This is where the diesel fuel additive goes. Between the 2 tandem axles, we have 2 spare SCBA bottle holders. Between the 2 axles, low point, we have a hitch mount or a NFPA certified tie-off point. And in the last compartment, just behind the second axle, we have our diesel fuel fill site. Now that we've gone around Rescue 31, I've showed you the compartments, it's good to realize that as this is one of the larger trucks in the fleet, it's also one of the always changing trucks. As the needs of the department grow and the needs of the fire service grow, this truck will change slightly, sometimes minor, sometimes major. The best thing to do is to always keep yourself familiarized with what is in this truck and in what compartment you can find.